Okay.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, February 10th of 2026. My name is Heidi Biggs, and I have just the incredible honor of introducing our speaker for Transformation Tuesday tonight, and it is the creator of Transformation Tuesday, which is so fun, and that is Kirsten Evenson. So let me tell you about a little bit about Kirsten. But the topic of her call tonight is called Come From Love. So, Kirsten is a senior sales coordinator. She is also an occupational therapist of 41 years, you guys. But she's just someone that truly comes from the heart and is the perfect person to actually just present this call tonight. She's been married to her husband, who's also an incredible guy, Brent, for 37 years. She's a devoted cat mom. We share that common ground to Dexter and Billy, and calls her home Central Oregon. And that this is a place that she truly cherishes. She loves the mountains, trails, lakes, all because it gives her this lifestyle that she has, that she's created for herself for hiking, mountain biking, skiing, and swimming, which also keeps her connected to nature and to movement. Kirsten is also one of my closest friends in the Juice Plus community, in the Heat team specifically. But she's also a trusted mentor to so many people and an extraordinary leader. I know she may not see that herself at times, but that is something that we all see in you, Kirsten. She has a really rare gift for making people feel so special, feel seen, heard, supported, but also more importantly, helping them feel like they're capable of doing more. And that includes raising her team and really helping them to see their best selves in themselves. What I truly love is that Kirsten truly embodies Chris Collins' legacy of coming from love and keeping the love flowing, but really, truly in the most genuine way that I've ever seen come from someone. And she does this really through her acts of service, the integrity that she leads, and really showing up for other people every single day. It's simple and truly powerful. I don't know if you really see that in yourself, Kirsten, but we all notice. And you are totally, truly rooted in love. You are a living example of what it really, truly looks like to lead from your heart with integrity and grace. And I am so grateful that I get to walk alongside you in this journey and learn from you. So with that, Kirsten, take it away. The floor is yours.
Wow. Well, I'm going to have to recover a little bit from that, Heidi. You've got me crying, and um, I'm just really, really working to open my heart to those words, and I'm just so grateful for you, Heidi. And yeah, I'm just almost speechless. So I'm going to just jump in. Um, as Heidi said, I am a senior sales coordinator living in Oregon, and I found the Juice Plus community and this tribe specifically 10 years ago, knowing that I had found home when I learned that there was a heart on fire as its trademark. Um, I mean, this does embody how I want to live my life, the values that I have. And this is my fourth year of hosting, the beginning of the fourth year, hosting Transformational Tuesday. I have been so blessed by the incredible mentorship of Chris and Nikki and people in their team like Heidi and others that have built their business on love. Keep the love, come from love, and keep the love flowing has taken on an incredibly authentic and organic meaning in my life, and I'm honored in this month of the heart, and especially this week where we're celebrating love, to talk about my journey of strengthening my heart-brain connection. I'm hoping that by the end of this evening, you'll have some really practical, short, and simple ways to support yourself in listening more deeply to your heart's message, which will allow you to come from love more often and more deeply. I'll quickly tell my story. I last year I said yes to a hybrid yoga and dance teacher training, which I needed that extra commitment, like a hole in the head, you know. I'd been really trying to clear my plate and say no more often. But like many things in my heart, in my life, my heart gave a hearty hell yes to this training, even though I had never had the desire to teach yoga or dance. As my journey has progressed, though, I realize that I have been in a place of compassion fatigue for quite a while. And that most of my life I've been blind to the fact that I've been pouring from a pretty depleted cup. I've been dancing with the knowledge that I am experiencing both compassion fatigue, and looked at the fact that I was potentially heading into burnout, which is kind of more the physical and mental health breakdown that can happen if you're not listening to your heart. So I am being called on a very personal journey of healing, which has started with this community, of just bringing me from a cognitive or kind of brain knowledge that I needed to be doing more for self-care. Um, and it's brought me to a place of embodiment of the practices and healing my heart, that I just realize are imperative at this juncture of my life. As you heard Heidi say, I live an incredibly active, yummy life. Everything I do, I embrace with joy and fun. And to feel kind of this physical and mental depletion over the past couple of years has been honestly very scary. So I would love, just before I go on, to see a show of hands, or maybe just put a yes in the comments. If anyone on this call today has felt a certain level of burnout or fatigue, of just feeling like you don't have enough to give. You do not, yeah, I'm seeing people saying yes. And I think it's a normal thing for us when we are givers, right? When we come from the heart. So even more important, yes, yes, yes. So many yeses. I think women, especially parents, even especially on top of that, have all experienced a certain amount of this. So the thing that I think stopped me, or maybe um, gave me a sense of overwhelm about doing the things that I knew that I should do to take care of myself, is that I would get overwhelmed with what felt like another commitment. And I don't know if any of you can relate to that, that it's like, oh gosh, on top of everything else, I'm supposed to be filling this cup so that I can keep giving, which is it's a vicious cycle. So what I think has been so profound, and it's so simple, I hope it feels simple by the end of this call to you, is that really it's about, for me, it has been about learning simple micro doses of nervous system calming that have helped me embody the sayings, come from love, listen to your heart, follow your heart. Um, and for those of you who know me, you will know that I usually have to have the things that I embrace founded in science, just like our Juice Plus. So bear with me. It's just going to be 1 or 2 minutes of diving into some of the science about brain chemistry and about neural connections. But I really feel like this has been this information and the newest research that's coming out has really, really changed the game for me. So a little about brain chemistry. What I've learned in this past year is that an excess of stress chemistry, the cortisol, um, what are the other ones? Cortisol and adrenaline have put so many of us in a chronic state of fight or flight. And I know I'm not alone in this. We live in an incredibly stressful world right now. We all have the daily stresses of simply fulfilling our roles as business leaders, spouses that show up, parents that are doing the best for their kids, that we naturally undergo large amounts of stress that our bodies have a hard time recovering from. So I feel like what happens to so many of us is that it just accumulates to a point where we may experience actual crisis. There are new studies, and this is where I get really excited because all these practices that have been ancient and maybe considered woo-woo by some are really confirming that by having this excess of brain chemistry of the stress chemistry, that it actually changes our brain. So the amygdala, which is the fear center, becomes hyperactive under chronic stress. In addition, the hippocampus and frontal cortex, which allow us to experience emotions, do higher thinking, can actually shrink. Obviously, this has profound effects on cognition, emotional regulation, executive function. And the way it was showing up for me were in feelings of anxiety and overwhelm, feelings of social disconnection, emotional numbness, loneliness, irritability, emotional swings, hypervigilance, paying attention too much to the things in my life that I didn't need to be paying attention to, and memory and sleep difficulties. So, unfortunately, I was experiencing all of these, even with a whole lot of knowledge of self-care and self-love. So I can happily say that in the past year, most of these symptoms have diminished greatly. So a little bit more about the nerve pathways between our hearts and our brains. Again, I just get kind of giddy when things that we instinctively have known actually shows up in science. So my connection or my focus in the past 2 years has really been with the parasympathetic nervous system or the calming nervous system. And specifically this really beautiful nerve called the vagus nerve. I don't know how many of you have heard about the vagus nerve. I learned about it over 40 years ago in my anatomy physiology course as just another one of the cranial nerves. But what we know now is that it's a magic nerve. It is the longest and one of the most important of the cranial nerves, and I'm calling it the superhighway between the head and heart, as well as, which we know from our Juice Plus research, between the head and the gut. So it's the vagus nerve that's getting calmed every time we support our gut health, right? How many of us have experienced decreased anxiety and feelings of nervousness and out of control when we take care of our gut health? It's this beautiful vagus nerve that's got this dance between the head and the heart, the gut and the heart. And I have done everything in my power to strengthen my vagus nerve and keep that nerve pathway just running smoothly. So our hearts used to be thought of as just kind of the mechanical pump that circulate blood through our systems, which it is. But did you know that the signals from the heart actually communicate with our brains? We know now that the communication from the heart to the brain is a two-way street with massive amounts of data coming from the heart via the vagus nerve to let the brain know everything's okay or things are not okay. But that's a two-way street. So our hearts are making constant adjustments in rhythm, speed, timing, based on this incredibly complex dance between heart and brain. This is where the terms follow your heart, listen to your gut, come from love really start to make sense. Because if we start making more of our decisions, if we are informed by a healthy heart brain connection, then we cannot help but come from more love, from more understanding, from more forgiveness. And the world needs that right now. Our families need it. We need it for ourselves. Our communities need it, and our world needs it. So the importance of keeping our heart-brain connection strong and without static just can't be overstated if we are to come from love. So how do we do this? So this is what I'm really wanting to impart to you. And I did put a PDF resource sheet in the chat. So if you don't feel like taking notes, it's all in there. But some of these are going to just seem so incredibly simple. But what I want to assure you is that all of these things can take less than 5 minutes. So, I think, I don't know, I would be interested again to just see in the chat if any of you have gotten overwhelmed with the thought that, oh my gosh, self-care looks like I've got to walk an hour a day, or I've got to get 10,000 steps, or I've got to meditate for an hour, or I've got to get to that yoga class, and it's too overwhelming. because it's just another time suck. So if any of you want to just put a thumbs up or thumbs down or yes in the chat, that's I really think where I got to when I was so I was really overextended. So the first thing that I want to share with you and that I want to do together are breathing techniques. We've heard about these forever, but the one that I found and that has a lot of research behind it is called the physiological sigh. And it is so simple. It has helped dramatically with that kind of on the spot, oh my gosh, I've got a big meeting I've got to go to, or I'm not sleeping, or I'm just waking up feeling anxious. And the physiological sigh looks like this. It's really simple. And they say if you do it 3 times, which takes about 30 seconds, there are true improvements to the connection between your heart and brain and your vagus nerve and physiological calming. So the physiological sigh looks like this. It's a deep breath in, another small breath, and an audible sigh out. So if we could do that together 3 times, I'm the only one that's going to be heard here, so don't worry about really letting out a nice audible sigh. Uh, yeah, do it because we won't hear you. So here we go. So in. There's one. There's two. And there's three. So at the end, I think I will open it up and see if anybody felt immediate results. Tonight, because I'm already pretty grounded and I've been doing, some PQ reps and some things to get myself really aligned and ready for this call, I'm feeling that breath work immediately. When my system is pretty amped up, I don't always feel it right away. But one thing has had a profound effect on is if I'm wearing my cherry sweater, sorry, Tammy, if I am, yeah, Heidi's feeling tingly. So already some improved what we call interoception, improved ability to feel into our bodies. I'm feeling just like a little lighter. I'm just feeling kind of this lightness in my heart and my throat that I didn't feel before. The next thing, and I thought this was really interesting, again, can be super fast, is called the cold water wake up call. Does not mean you have to join a polar plunge group or have to, do a cold plunge after your hot shower, although those have proven to have a lot of physiological benefits too. But this research article I found just said even splashing cold water on your face or neck or holding a cold pack to your face and neck stimulates the vagus nerve, which has also been shown to release endorphins, which are our body's feel-good hormones. Again, that can take 10 to 15 seconds. I love this one because I think in this community, we have forever said, okay, before we get on a call, an important call, change your energy, get your energy up, and like blast your favorite song and do a dance. Well, guess what? Singing, humming, chanting actually vibrates the vagus nerve, which runs from our hearts, behind through our throats and up to our brain stems. So I'm just going to say sing loud and proud, whether it's in the shower, whether you're in the car. Your vagus nerve does not care if you know the words or you're singing off tune. Just sing loud and see if you feel a difference. It can have profound effects again on just changing things in a real hurry. This one probably will not be a surprise to many of you, but laughter, and I'm talking belly laughing. Apparently, research is showing has just a profound effect on our vagus nerve and the brain chemistry that it releases. It is no wonder these days that cute kitty and kitten reels get millions of hits. And I myself sometimes will just turn one on and my husband and I can just laugh ourselves into fits. It feels so good. If you haven't done it lately, just find something you love or a great movie, whatever it does for you. And then, of course, meditation and gentle exercise can have profound effects on the vagus nerve. If any of you are the kind of people that feel overwhelmed with the idea of, vigorous exercise or joining a gym or whatever, yeah, some podcasts help me laugh out loud too. We all have our favorites, right, Beth? But meditation and gentle exercise can have a profound effect on the vagus nerve, especially paired with breathing. So again, I'm going to play tonight to finish us out a 3-minute meditation. It's from a um, company or an organization that I've gotten involved with in the past 5 years. That's a Tibetan Buddhist meditation group, but it's very secular. It's very about tapping into your heart. It's about forgiving and loving ourselves more deeply so that we can love and forgive others more deeply. And I have found that even just these little 3-minute snacks, these little microdoses, can really, really help. I travel a lot to different schools in the area. And if any of you have been in the educational system lately, you'll know it's just an incredibly stressful place for educators to be. So me being such an empath, I have to really, really make sure my own heart is taken care of before I walk into some of these buildings where kids are having such a difficult time. So honestly, I will just pop on one of these 2 to 3 minute meditations and just sit in my car and do them before I go in. So that is what I want to end the night with. But I think Heidi had before we go into the meditation, Heidi had an announcement about something really special, a project that Catherine Lee has come out with about forgiveness. And so I just wonder,
Yeah.
I wonder, Heidi,
Okay.
if you can share that now.
Yeah. So you guys, I think a lot of you may have heard the rather long message from Catherine Lee. If you haven't heard it, I really encourage you to find the resource to find it. I know that Nikki has shared it in the broadcast chat, and you can find there's two really powerful messages there. The first one is really talking about the movie Still Hope that Nikki and I actually got to watch that the other night. But also, she's hosting a workshop this weekend. Now, Kirsten mentioned forgiveness. Forgiveness really does help the vagus nerve and our parasympathetic system, and it calms down our system when we forgive. I know him. I'm in a place, I've had some hurt happen to me, some pretty tragic hurt from family members. And I know that I really am feeling the need to forgive not only them, but forgive myself for the feelings and the thoughts that I've had surrounding the particular tragedy. We'll just say that. But this Saturday on Valentine's Day, Catherine Lee is putting on this free workshop. I will put the link in the chat for you guys to click on it. What's so beautiful about this, you guys, is that when you click on the link, you will see there's an ebook before you even see the link to register. And it's completely free. Even the workshop is completely free. And the beauty is, of course, it's going to be way more powerful if we attend live. But if you're unable to attend live, you can watch the recording. So here is the link. I just encourage everyone that feels that need to have more love in your heart and have more clarity in your brain, because which is all that Kirsten has just been talking about. If you do feel the need to feel forgiven yourself or forgive other people's, then click this link I'm putting in the chat right now. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Heidi. Yeah. And if anyone does have to go, I would love it if you stay. This is just 3 minutes and it's spoken by a Tibetan Lama who actually is an American citizen who is the heiress of the Hilton family. So this woman who is called now Lama Somo has taken her millions as an heiress and has built a meditation center and has really spread the word of Tibetan Buddhism around the Western world. And I think she does a beautiful job of really bridging East and West and making it accessible for us. So if you are called to stay, I just invite you to get comfy, close your eyes, and with any love and blessing and luck. This will share and you will hear it. Heidi, can you give a thumbs up if you can hear it when I start?
You feel your weight on some parts of your body. You experience your breathing. And the Tibetans, along with many, many other cultures, believe that the mind mainly resides in our hearts. And so through our hearts, we feel into the vast ocean and all our fellow waves. Feeling that quality of the ocean that knows we're not separate and so is connected in the deepest way possible, the most intimate way possible with all and everyone, ourselves included. And so, of course, it's natural to want the best for everyone. Pure joy, always. And that is a natural quality of this great ocean, actually. It's in the distracted, turbulent surface that there's suffering, in the confused perception. And so we wish that everyone can wake up to true reality, ourselves included. And so we make this effort together today. And we feel the true connection between us and the sweetness of connection. We're in this little journey together.
And that's that, a 3 minute journey in the heart, to the heart, from the heart, and connecting our hearts together. So I'm happy to stay on if anyone would like to stay. If people have comments or questions, I'm here. And if you feel like just signing off and staying in this blissful place, you're welcome to do that as well. Thank you, Barb. I see the heart.
Thank you, Kirsten. This was wonderful.
Wish you all the happiest Valentine's Day, beautiful heart month. And you know how I want to end this call. Come from love and keep the love flowing.
That was a beautiful call, Kirsten.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful, Kirsten. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know, it's interesting that you're doing that tonight, the little meditation. One of the other things for my protocol for me getting healthier right now, the guy that I'm working with is he wants me to for sure meditate every day.
Wow.
That was one of his assignments. Part of his assignments is some food changes, some supplement changes, and to meditate every day.
Yeah.
So really sweet.
Yeah, it's a great resource, and it is in the resource sheet that I sent. The thing that I love is that there are probably 30 meditations on this website. The shortest one is 1 minute. The longest one is 25 minutes. I mean, it's like meditation for the Western mind.
Yeah.
So there's
you
no
know.
excuse not to do it if you can do it as little as 1 or 2 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. And some of us here have done some of those really short and sweet practices too, right? The PQs and things that are just in the moment. But meditation is another tool. So hoping we can all just have the most vibrant, amazing vagus nerves before we see each other in Phoenix in Halloween Week.
Yay! Can't
Yeah.
wait to
And,
see
and
you all.
fun fact, that is spelled Vagus, not Vegas, like Vegas.
That's a whole different kind of nerve.
That's a whole nother nerve.
Okay. Well, that just
All right.
gave me my little baby belly laugh for the night, Beth.
There
So
you
thank
go.
you.
All
There
right.
you
Good
go.
night,
All
everybody.
right. Good
Love
night.
Good
y'all.
Thank you,
night. Love
Kirsten.
you all. Good
Love
night.
you.
Night.